Unacademy.
Apart from that, Siddhant, I would want to ask you, like, currently, are you in your training, or have you already joined? Like, currently, what is it that you are doing? Could you tell something about that?
Yes. What happens is after the final result comes, after some time, they send you an offer letter, which you have to accept. After the offer letter, they constitute a medical board, and your medical examination takes place. After medical examination, I believe, I'm not sure, that there is an appointment which is made of the batch or whoever is joining in the Gazette. And after that, your training starts. But before training, oath is administered to you. That is the general process. In our batch, till now, only the offer letter has been received. Other formalities are pending.
Other formalities are pending. So also, Siddhant, I also wanted to understand, since you have taken this as a profession, you are pursuing this, did you realize at any point in time until now that, yes, mujhe ye karna hai, or was there any role model for you or any junction in life where you realized that this is going to be the right career path for me? Could you tell something about that?
See, Anisha, what happens is that, with judiciary, I think, and in general, I think what matters more is to be honest and truthful. Don't give cyclosiled answers trying to convince the interview board or anybody else. My reasons for joining judiciary were like any other person. A service with stability, a service with respect, a service with dignity, a service with where you can give back to the community, a service with job satisfaction, and other reasons like that. Okay, it is an attractive job from a service from every angle. And for me, it was that I come from a government background, so somewhere I always had that thing that this is what I want to do or I can do. But I was in litigation, I was doing my own matters, I was happy. But when COVID happened, I got that opportunity that, I used to always feel that judiciary is a very good option. Somehow I was not able to give time. That is the time I got that let's try to study for this. Let's see how it works out. And with a very serious intention and very earnest preparation, I approached it. I never took it like a joke. I always took it like a very serious path and career path. That because otherwise I will not be doing justice to litigation, not a judiciary.
Right.
So there was no fixed thing. It was just that I was inclined towards a service, and judiciary was an option, always a very attractive option for me. I got the opportunity to do it during COVID, and I just went ahead. And I realized what you were saying, that no, this is it. Ye mere liye hai.
This for you. Right. So, Siddhant, were you ever into any of the corporate law jobs? Like, there are a lot of people who go into NLUs and good law colleges, and then they are inclined towards taking up those corporate jobs because they kind of fetch you more money as compared to the government jobs that you get. Even though the respect and other things are more, but in terms of money, sometimes you get more money there. So, would you like to motivate our audience in such a way that they understand the importance of judiciary, not just from your point of view, but in a more generic way?
See, this is again, it's a individual choice. In my case, money is important, but money isn't everything.
Right.
What really matters is that, there should be a work-life balance, respect for the person and what they're doing, which should be in any job, in any service, irrespective. I never was in a corporate law firm. I didn't really do any corporate law firm internships either. I did one, but that was all. I have always been inclined towards litigation, going to courts, arguing or assisting my senior in arguing. I always worked. First, I worked with an advocate in a chamber. After, I was working in a law firm, which was again a litigation law firm, which went to court every day. And after that, I was taking up my independent matters. So I have never been in a corporate setup.
Okay, that's nice. In your independent matters, did you ever face any difficulty in concluding something? Was there any, any kind of case which was difficult for you to solve? If you could share something with us about it.
I did not face any difficulty because as a lawyer, as an advocate, you have such a big fraternity, so many colleagues, friends, batchmates to help you, to advise you, to guide you, to mentor you. So I did not face any difficulty either in drafting or arguing. And if there was a tough legal question or a legal proposition, one is able to find some kind of solution and develop arguments for that.
Okay, that's good. And I think in the real life scenario, once you join your position, there will be a lot of things to deal with. There would be some difficulties as well. Certain things will be easy as well. So currently, do you have any friends or any of the people that you know who are currently in service, or like do you talk to them in order to understand what will be the reality of being on that position? If you could tell
Yes,
us
I
about
have
it.
quite a few friends who are in service, good friends for several years who are in this service. That is also one of the reasons why I have continued with this, because they are very happy in their service. I'm not calling it a job, I'm calling it a service, because it is very tough. It's not easy to be a judge anywhere, be it Delhi or anywhere else. A lot
Sure.
of matters, a lot of cases daily, a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You cannot mess up. You cannot take anything seriously, anything lightly. You cannot have any off days. You cannot. Every case, there needs to be a sense of justice, a sense of fairness, and you need to be well read. You have to be well prepared. You have to be punctual, regular, disciplined. You have to respect your seniors. So the service is actually difficult. It's not easy. It is rewarding in the sense that you feel that you're doing something very good, and you feel your own appreciation, your own estimation of yourself is affected by the nature of the service. A lot of people look up to you. A lot of people um, expect a lot out of you. A lot of people are very are deferent to you. They're respectful towards you, genuinely, not for any other reason. But I have friends. All are happy in service. All are very happy they chose this career path. But it's not a kind of a service where it is. They are long work hours. Apart from court, also writing judgments, writing orders, administrative work, etc. So it will be difficult job. It will not be that it will be a job which is relaxed. It
Yeah.
will, like any other job, there will be some light days, some heavy days, but
Mm.
you are expected to deliver day in and day out till the time you are serving. No off days.
Right. Correct.
And ultimately, it is for you to strike a work-life balance. I mean, you must
Definitely.
work hard in your court hours, and after your court hours, also give time to your family and your personal health, fitness, etc.
Right, that's a very good thing that you have mentioned, Siddhant. And also, I'm sure all of our aspirants who are there on this call, some of them might be having a difficult time staying motivated, because motivation, it's easy to utter that, yes, you stay motivated, push yourself, do well. So, if there were times in your journey where you felt that you are a little bogged down, how did you make sure that you are on track? Like beyond motivation, how did you push yourself?
Uh, for me, yeah, I discussed in the last Unacademy interview also. I used to count my blessings. I used to be grateful to Almighty for the reason that I have a family, I have a wife, everyone is healthy, everyone is working, has a good job. There is no difficulty of financial difficulty. There is nobody to support. All those things. So I knew that I'm qualified enough to make a living for myself. And if this doesn't work out, something else will.
Something else.
So whenever I was feeling low, which many times I was because of the competition and because of not doing well enough or thinking I'm not good enough, I
Right.
would always remember these points that life is good, it's not bad, and also that I would exercise regularly, I would go out regularly, I would watch movies, etc. I never lock myself in a room and made it in such a, I mean, I'd never created this scenario that if I don't clear, I'm a failure in life. So,
That's very good. You should never put a mark on yourself depending on just one result. There are
yeah,
so many aspects to life.
somewhere,
So,
Anisha,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt. I feel that
no problem.
uh, ultimately, in this whole journey, you become a better advocate. So, if you go back to litigation or anywhere else, you will be more benefited in any case. And that is something that the mental aspect of preparation is critical. I mean, somewhere people are almost at the threshold of becoming judges, but they give
Mm,
up because of
right,
mental agony and the stress. So
right,
somewhere you need to keep yourself fresh and motivated, and I think anybody and everybody can do that.
right. That was great to know, Siddhant. In the meanwhile, we have certain questions on chat.
Yes,
Students, I
I'll
would
just take
request
them.
you to please make sure that you speak here on call. There's one question by Parminder. one subject at a time is the right approach.
I'll start
Find
the sequence. Vedika has asked about Bear Act language. Vedika, for Bear Act in Haryana and Delhi, not Rajasthan, MP, I'm not giving advice on those states. I have not targeted them. Both these states, you're going to get very good Bear Acts, and there'll be no difficulty in referring to anything. It is important to write the Bear Act language because, after all, the essentials of the section are from the Bear Act. You can't create them. Definitely, if you write them in your own language and you add some value from a High Court or Supreme Court judge which has discussed that section, that will help. But yes, it's very important. Bear Act, like for example, I'll give you an example. If you are answering a question on, say, Order 7, Rule 11, Subclause D, you will first mention what Subclause D 11 says. You will give that background, then go and explain the landmark case and apply your reasoning to the facts of the case. So, Bear Act language in mains, it will benefit you. You have to mention the Bear Act. The section. Avneet, current affairs. I have actually discussed this twice. You may have joined late. Current affairs, again, just to recapitulate, it's just as the name suggests, it's current affairs. So it's everything. So starting today, start following live law at least 1 hour a day, and Lucent, etc. There's material on legal static GK. Start preparing that between one to 1.5 hours every day. That is the only way to master current affairs. Look at the previous year papers. Delhi has now started asking general legal knowledge. They don't ask current affairs anymore. So look at the last year paper and make your estimation of what kind is the ambit of where the questions are coming from, and rely on maybe some coaching material. If not coaching material, generally online there are so many sources available. But like I mentioned, live law, Lucent, and general legal knowledge, you should be able to answer these questions. If you rewind, is this talk recorded or it's not, Anisha? It is. Then if you rewind, you will get an answer for that. But for starters, just look at the 2022 paper. You'll be able to estimate as to what are the sources. One subject at a time is right, of 2 or more. Parminder, I used to prepare one subject at a time. I never did minor with major and major and minor. I only did major or minor, one subject at a time, finish it, whether it took 5 days or 4 days. After that, only I switched to the minor subject or the major subject. I didn't do two together. But yes, along with the subject which I was doing almost daily language. In fact, language Hindi I was doing daily. I was not skipping it. At least for Haryana, I was never skipping it. During Delhi, I didn't have time, so I had to skip it. I didn't have time to do it. But otherwise, I was doing English, not that much, which you shouldn't neglect. I neglected it. It was a mistake. Please focus on English, on essay writing, and improving your vocabulary and attempting previous year question papers. But apart from that, between English, Hindi, at least one of them has to be done daily along with your law. And in addition to that, 1 hour or at least 45 minutes of legal GK as well.